Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have another healthy and very tasty recipe which is Bise Bele bath. I'm going to make Bise Bele bath and it's a very famous South Indian dish. So first put some water in a deep pot and let it boil. So after putting water for boil, the next immediate thing you can do is take tamarind. I'm soaking this much of tamarind. You can always store back the tamarind in the fridge to soak it in water. If you're soaking ahead, you don't need to put warm water. If you're soaking in the last minute, then you can use hot water, warm water. Now I've just soaked in a plain regular water. Now I'm adding tur dal to the water. For 1 cup of tur dal, add half a cup of rice. That is good enough for 4 people. And now I'm adding a little bit more. You need to keep stirring the tur dal so that it doesn't get stuck to the bottom. Now add a quarter spoon of oil. You can turn the heat to a medium flame and close the lid. Today, Bise Bele bath consists of a lot of vegetables. So today what I have is beans. This is broad beans. We call in Kannada as chakra davrekai. And this is chayote, which again I'm soaking in the water. And tomato, I'm not using this humongous tomato, and once again tomato is optional. If you like it, you can use it. You can actually, if you don't have or you don't like tomato, in Bise Bele bath you don't have to use it. But today anyway I'm using it. Carrot, onions, potato. I may use more potatoes and more onions. As I cut, I will know how much. For the beans and the broad beans, take out both the ends of it. Remember to check the tur dal and keep stirring so that it doesn't get stuck to the bottom. I did in between while cutting the vegetables. You can either break the beans into medium size with your hand or grab a bunch of them and cut it. I prefer this way because it becomes even more easier, and it's sort of into the same size sometimes, or it is become faster. Sometimes I don't like to cut the vegetables together, especially the beans, because there'll be some small pieces left. You can also cut the broad beans the same way, but it's little harder to do it with your hands because it is bit tougher than beans. I won't be adding avrika today because it is the same family as the chapra avrika or broad beans. Peel the skin of the carrot and cut into bite-sized pieces. I'm using only 1 carrot because in my house nobody likes cooked carrot. They love the raw carrot. So I'm using only 1 carrot here. This I also had to cut the skin of chayote, that is sime badnekai, and this I'm doing for 4 people. And generally I put a lot of vegetables. The other vegetables you can put is go well with that's a Bise Bele bath is capsicum. This green capsicum gives a nice flavor. I also peeled the skin of chayote and cut into bite-sized pieces. Please remember to take out the white seed. Okay, while I was cutting vegetables, I was checking on the dal also. I insist that you check on the dal and add water when it becomes less. Now the dal has been cooked almost 70 to 80%. This is how it looks. And now I'll be adding half a cup of rice. Half a cup of rice. I will rinse this rice, wash it. Now I'm adding the rice. I would actually recommend to keep a pot of, I always keep a pot of water next to the stove, so that when it gets less I can immediately add, because it will immediately get stuck to the bottom. So now I have added rice, and now again I'll be closing the lid. Now I am closing the lid. Okay, now I'm back to cutting veggies. I'm also adding Navil Kosu, which is kohlrabi. First peel the skin, then cut into medium pieces. It tastes very well with Bise Bele bath. I'm using one potato. Cut a potato into again small cubes. You don't need to peel the skin for this. The pot. Generally, I used to add the vegetables immediately after I used to add the rice, but then it would all become mushy and not able to identify which vegetables. So slowly I learned that, and now I put vegetables. After 10 minutes, you put the rice, then you can add all these hard vegetables. Now I'm adding little more water as I put the veggies and give a good stir. Once again I'm back to the veggie cutting. Now I'm cutting onions into again bite sizes, and it's up to you like how much onions you want to add. I'm adding a small piece of tomato, which is optional. Tomato is totally optional. I'm just adding today. So this is how it looks. I added tomato also in the middle. I just added like a small piece of tomato. It was a big tomato. So now I'll be adding onions. You can add a lot of onions. Once again I'm giving a good stir, and to make sure nothing is stuck to the bottom, since I'm doing in the steel pot. Now I'm closing the lid. Okay, as Bise Bele bath is cooking, I'm making raita here. So Bise Bele bath goes very well with raita or pachadi. That's how I call it. So for today's raita, I'm going to make my mom's recipe. That's favorite in my house. It consists of cucumber, onion, and tomato raita. But my younger daughter doesn't like onions, but I'll make a cucumber and tomato raita for her separately. Start off by finely cutting cucumber, then cut onion into small pieces, and you can also chop tomato finely. Then put everything in a bowl, and so that you can mix that later with the salt. Now it's time to add salt, and according to your taste, and extract juice from the tamarind and add to the Bise Bele bath. Then once again, that's also according to your taste. At this point, make sure you keep stirring and reduce the flame, as it will splutter. Now keep stirring continuously, and as everything is now getting well cooked and it starts to splutter, now it's time to add Bise Bele bath powder. I recommend to mix with water without lumps and then add to the Bise Bele bath. Now it's again according to your taste. At this point, it would be boiling and spluttering. I would recommend you to keep on stirring until you put the seasoning. Now I'm adding this seasoning and mix well after it boiled for 10 minutes. The seasoning for the raita, it's a little bit of oil, mustard seeds, urad dal, and green chilies. Now I'm adding yogurt and milk. Milk I am adding because yogurt is store bought and bit sour. Here we go. Finally, Bise Bele bath is ready, and I am adding a spoon of ghee to give the extra taste. Thank you everyone for watching my channel. Please like and subscribe to my channel and make sure to watch the next one for another healthy recipe. Bye.